set of services. And today we are in the new show, Black Swan Presents Success in Making. So today we are here in the studio, and Success in Making is a show which tells you about startup stories, success stories, and gives you a lot of inspiration, motivation, and answer to a lot of unanswered questions which you get before you start your business. So today is our first episode, and we are here to meet Alisha Merchant, who has just started her business. So let's know what's her story and what is there in future for her. Okay, so let's meet Alisha. Hi Alisha, how are you?
Hi Rupa, I'm fine. How are you doing?
Great. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So today we are here to know more about your story. You've just started your business. So my first question is, my viewers would like to know more about yourself and your business. Tell us something about yourself and your business.
Okay, so I'm Alisha Merchant. I'm originally from Bombay, India. I have a bachelor's of design and I have a double master's of interior design and furniture design. I'm passionate about design and historic culture and how architecture was made in the 15th century and onwards. My business is essentially interior design with the combination of Feng Shui. And it's a unique platform because people either do interior design or they either do Feng Shui. There's no combination of the both. So my business is the combination of both of them together. That's why I think it makes it a slightly bit unique front for a business.
Okay, wonderful. That's a really interesting subject. So what is the name of your business?
My company is called T&E Lifestyle Consulting LLC. T&E means a heavenly blessing in Mandarin. And so we wanted to take the blessing of whatever blessings we could get before we started. That's why we chose this name. It's also a very dear name to my mother. That's why we chose it.
Okay, that's wonderful. So how this idea came in your mind that now you want to start your business, or what were you doing before this, and how suddenly you thought of starting your own business?
My mom's actually a Feng Shui consultant. I do interior design. And so we just put two forces together. So we combined them both, and her strengths and my strengths, we put them together to start a business in UAE. We wanted to start a new venture. I moved here, so it was easier for me to do a business from the country that I'm obviously living in. And she also wanted to expand. So together, we kind of put our resources together and we started T&E so we can share our success with each other.
Okay, that's great. But what was that one moment when you thought, yes, I want to do it? What inspired you actually?
I wanted to make a lot of more money than I was currently making. I decided that I didn't want to work for anybody. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to do things my own way. I didn't want to abide by somebody else's rules. So I decided to start my own company so I could make my own path and start my own journey the way I wanted to do things, the way I thought things should be done. And that's what inspired me to start my own company.
Okay, so how much time it took from you to come from this side of the table to that side of the table? Because a lot of employees, they think of starting their own business, but that thought always, get stuck in thoughts, and sometimes it takes years to fulfill that desire. So how much time it took from thought and when you were on that side of the table?
So before I moved to Dubai, I already started my own company in India. But because between me starting my company and me moving to Dubai, I got married. So I had to leave that. When I came to Dubai, I actually felt sick and I had to leave my job to start something leave my job in general. I didn't have the option of going back to work because my health wasn't in the best shape. So I hence had to do something that I could do by myself and have flexible hours. Right. That's how I kind of started my own company. And from the day I decided to start, to me actually starting my company was maybe 3 weeks, a maximum month.
Wow. So that is...
Yeah, it was quick.
So that problem gave birth to the idea of starting your own business.
Yeah, you can say that.
Because, there's a lot of dependency, especially in jobs. When you fall sick, that is the moment where we feel that we don't have more options.
Yeah, definitely.
That's lovely. So now you thought of starting your business. What about funding? See, most of the startups, everybody gets 100 or 200 ideas, but then the question comes is, from where do we fund our company? No matter from what background people are coming, whether you are coming from a middle class background or a wealthy family or a poor family, but still the question remains the same, that from where do we fund our company? Correct. So how you managed to do that?
So I had a lot of savings. So I put all my savings together. From my previous job, I saved every penny I could, as much as I could. And I took slight help from my mom also, because it was also her venture that I was starting. So I put all my resources together, everything that I could find. And I topped it up with my mom. and we started this company
Okay.
with that, and it wasn't easy. But I think when you want to do something, or when I want to do something, I don't find reasons not to do it. I find reasons why I should do it and how to get things done.
Okay. So now you got the funds. So now just so that our viewers can know, like, how much fund approximately you required to just start the business? How much did you put in? Was it too much? Was it little?
So we didn't have a lot of overheads because we're both professionals, so we didn't have to hire a lot of people. But yeah, the initial cost was about 15,000 dirhams, give or take a few. But 25,000 with everything in terms of equipment, in terms of workspace. Everything was 20,000, give or
Wow,
take.
wonderful.
So it is a lot of money for somebody who wants to start a business from scratch, and it's kind of a capital, it's your investment, it's like a lot of things you can call it.
Right.
Because starting up a business itself, the licensing and stuff, that also requires some amount of.
So, like, including your license and everything, you can start a business in 25,000 dirham as well.
You can.
It is not always important that you have loads of capital and funding
Not at
to start
all.
your business.
Not at all, yeah.
So now, okay, all well, you got the idea, used your savings, your mom's funds, and you formed a company. You got your license. You got a free zone license,
I
right?
got a free zone license, yes.
You got a free zone license. You got it starting. How did you get your first client, your first customer? This is the question of all the startups. Like, how do we get the
Where do you
first
start?
client?
Yeah, so because I'm not originally from Dubai, I had to go to a lot of networking events. I was advised to go to a lot of networking events so I can meet new people. I can understand the market, see if feng shui with interior design is something that people will want. And I was talking to a gentleman, and he was telling me about how frustrated he was with this designer and how he gave him the person all this money, and after giving him all this money, his issues still were not solved. So I requested him that I could send him a proposal, and I guarantee that I could do the same thing at a better price for him and better quality. Immediately he was like, yeah, definitely. That was my first client. It just goes by word of mouth. When you just get one client, it kind of boosts you. Okay, if one person has that faith to pay me to do something, then someone else will. And that's the kind of chain reaction, like a domino effect that kind of starts.
So your first client was from a networking event. So I think for all the startups, please, go to a lot of networking events.
Yeah.
You can get your fish there. And your first customer was an unhappy customer of a competitor. So
yeah.
that is, that from where you get your first client.
Yeah.
So now, okay, you got your first client and you got your first payment, you got it started. What about competition? How you see yourself different from your competitors?
I don't really look at the competition. I don't really take it as competition. Everyone is doing their own thing and everyone's trying to be successful on their own terms. I have a very unique field. I do a combination of interiors with feng shui, which nobody I know does. People do interior design and people do feng shui, and people don't do anything with a combination of both. So I have a very niche market and I have a very specific target market, and people who want both usually come to me. And that target, if they want to go to somebody, I'm the only one that they can go to. I do have a monopoly, you can per se, in this specific field, but we do take up clients only for design and only for feng shui also. So I have competition in individual ways, but I just strive to do the best at what I'm doing. And that's how I get more clients. Word of mouth is my biggest way of getting more clients.
Okay. So, well, then you're not scared of your competition. So you want to make your own mark. That's really nice. But then now, like, okay, what is success for you? Like, where do you see yourself after 5 years or 10 years? What do you exactly want to achieve from this business?
I don't want to say I don't have a goal, but again, I don't want to limit myself to a certain idealistic point of view. I don't want to say I want to reach so-and-so number or I want to do so-and-so thing. But I just basically want people to be able to come to me regardless of their budget, whether they have a very small budget or whether they have no budget.
Yeah, because in interiors, when it comes to it, people, it comes in mind that it must be expensive.
Expensive, yeah. So yeah, it is expensive, and it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be it can be something that looks very nice for a very good price and something that could look the same thing for a very high price. So I don't want that to limit me. If I want any client that wants design, okay, yeah, I'll go to Alisha and I know that she'll give me value for money, good stuff. And I want clients of all aspects come to me with low budget, medium budget, high budget, everybody. And I want to cater to all their needs.
Okay. So your service is especially for individuals or for corporates?
It's for both. If there's a space, then I can design it. It's not limited to any specific category or any specific trade. Essentially, I can design any space that requires good
So
design.
that's very interesting. Designing your space with keeping feng shui in mind, or with feng shui specifications, right?
Yeah.
So now, since you're into feng shui, so this is one interesting question which we all want to know. How much do you implement in your own personal life? Like, definitely every day you're giving 1,000 suggestions to different people, but how much do you use it in your own life?
So feng shui is not a religion. It's not a belief system. Feng shui is actually a science. It's a metaphysics, to be exact. So you don't really have to believe in it for it to work. You don't have to believe that gravity exists for it to work. It works either way. So with feng shui, kind of the same thing. You need to just let it do what it's doing. You don't have to really do anything about it. But I don't live my life guided by feng shui, but yes, I do try and abide with it as much as possible. I do tend to make changes so my life is as balanced as it could possibly be. Nothing in extreme is good. So too much wealth, too much ambition, too little ambition is never good. Everything needs to be balanced. Feng Shui is basically about balancing the energy in the space so that it's optimum for any person that's living in it. And so I want to have a balance of everything in life. So I don't do or not do something depending on the day, but I definitely won't do something good on a bad day.
Okay.
So I try my best, but it's not my Bible. I try my best to follow it, but
Okay. So, and what is your suggestion to people who believe in feng shui or who do not believe in feng shui? Any message you want to give it to them?
yeah, I'll convert you. Come.
Okay, that's a good one. The business you admire.
TNE Lifestyle Consulting.
Own business? Biggest sales challenge?
Losing my clients to technology.
Dream come true?
Starting my own business.
Bucket list priority?
To have at least 2 clients in every city in the world.
And your favorite YouTube show?
Success in the making.
So now, what is the biggest challenge that you see now in your journey to success?
I think it's giving every client individualistic information and individualistic attention. Because as the business is growing, there are more and more clients.
Yeah, like in your business, it's not just a product that you give to everyone.
And it's over, yeah.
For everyone, there's different problems. They
Yeah.
come with different demands, different
Yeah.
requirements, and you have to cater to
Yeah, I have
everyone.
to cater to every one of them. I have to make sure that every one of them is going back happy and is going back with a satisfied feeling that they're going away with something that they wanted, or their life is balanced, or their space is harmonious, or their space is looking much better than before they hired me. So there is a before and after, a very strong before and after, and I need to make every client as satisfied.
Right.
I can't be a slacker for even a little bit for any client, because my business is 100% word of mouth.
So do you ever feel the pressure of performing? Like, people, do they expect a lot from you? And sometimes do you ever get scared of, fulfilling their
Yes.
wishes?
It is constant pressure. It is constant stress. But I don't think there is a business that doesn't have stress.
Yeah.
Or that doesn't have slight pressure at all times. There are days where I just want to give up. And there are days that I want to just fight it and go one step ahead every day. There are pros and cons to every business, but you just can't give up.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it. That's really a nice story, and I think we have a lot of takeaways. And my final question will be, like, okay, now we know how you got the idea, how you implemented, how you started your business, how you got your first client, how much do you believe in your own business, and as well as what are your challenges and how do you deal your competition. So now we know all of it. Now the final question comes is, what is your plan if you fail? Like, may I know how many, how old is your business?
It's just 4 months old.
It's
5
just
months.
4 months old or 5 months old. So obviously you must be planning a lot of things. People plan a lot that what they will do once they get success. But what is your plan if you fail? What if it doesn't work? What if you don't get what you want?
Well, my strategy is fall down 9 times, stand up 10.
Wow.
So I'm not going to give up just because I fail. Every time I fail, I'm going to stand up. And with every failure, you learn something new. So with every time you fail, you learn something new, and that's how you grow. That's how you know you're not going to make the same mistake again. So it's never one step backwards, always one step forward.
Thank you, Alisha. So we got to know a lot about Alisha and her startup, TNE. And she just completed her journey from an employee to an employer, from a student to a boss, and she is going ahead with all the confidence. Just in 4 months of her business, she has already made a mark. She is already there in people's mind when they talk about feng shui and interiors. So this is what we learn from her journey, that you should not be scared to start. You should have confidence. You should have a desire to standing out in the crowd, and you should not be scared of failing. Even if you fail, you should know that you will come back with a new learning and a new beginning. So this was Success in Making, Alisha Merchant. We will come back to you with our second episode. Till then, thank you, and subscribe us and keep watching our videos. Thank you so much. Bye bye.